guys, and welcome to my channel. Most of you probably already know me on Instagram as Healthy Hair by Sonia, or most recently basically Rapunzel. But if you don't follow me on there, hello, my name is Sonia and welcome to my first YouTube video ever. Today I wanted to share a little bit about what hair care routine you can follow to achieve healthy hair without making it too complicated, and also just tell you a little bit about my hair journey so far. I have been growing my hair since about 2014. At that point, my hair was maybe around here somewhere. And then I let it grow out for a while, but I kept getting layers, like 2 layers, 3 layers. And then in 2017, I decided to stop getting layers. I cut off the last ones, so my hair was about here somewhere. But I still got a V cut. So I let that grow out, and at that point I decided I did want really long hair, but I still kept the V cut until last year when I finally got a blunt cut, so that got rid of another 4 inches for me. But I didn't really start taking care of my hair until almost 2 years ago. I started seeing a lot of hair loss. I just had thinning everywhere on my ends, on my scalp, and overall just my scalp. I had a lot of itchiness, and I have been diagnosed previously with psoriasis on my scalp, but I do feel like I might have to get another diagnostic because if you look at the symptoms, it doesn't really look like psoriasis, more like maybe eczema or something. But anyway, I do deal with a lot of itchiness and flakes and red spots on my scalp, so at that point it was just starting to get unbearable. My routine back then was literally just shampoo and conditioner, nothing else, and sometimes even just a 2-in-1 shampoo, so it's as terrible as you can get, just the regular drugstore shampoo. But I started following some hair care influencers on Instagram and started seeing all these organic hair care products. I started seeing long, healthy hair, and at that point that was my goal. I wanted healthy hair. My hair was quite long already. It was about classic length, I believe. But anyway, I bought new products. I started out with Aqua Blue and the Innate Life. Those were the 2 first brands I ever tried. So that was organic shampoo and conditioner. I got a hair mask, I got a hair oil, a scalp treatment, and I completely changed my routine. And I've been doing that ever since. My routine has quite changed a lot since I kept adding in more things, but overall my hair is a lot healthier now. It's currently knee length, which is 124 centimeters. Let me see if I can show you the whole length. So my hair is currently knee length, which is about this long. You can kind of see it there. It has been knee length for 2 months now. I keep getting micro trims just to even out the end. And as for my hair type, I have a dry scalp, and as I mentioned, with quite a lot of issues. And I have fine hair and medium thick density. So that's a little bit about my hair type. My natural hair type is this. If I let it air dry, this is what it is. It's as straight as can be, so that would be 1A, I believe. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me, about my hair journey, my hair type and everything, just so you can kind of get an idea. I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll just dive right into what hair care routine you can follow to essentially get your hair as healthy as possible. Before we start, I do want to say that this video is not sponsored by any of the brands that I will be mentioning. Some of the products have been gifted to me previously, but I currently use them in my routine and have been for a few months, so I'm only recommending products that I myself like. As for a daily routine, I suggest you keep it as simple as possible. So what you will need absolutely is a leave-in like this one. This is the Keratin Hyaluronic Acid Detangler. This essentially just helps you detangle your hair without causing any breakage and just avoid split ends. It keeps your hair hydrated, and I would suggest that you follow it up with a hair oil, whether that be a silicone one like this one from June Haircare. This is the Saffron Hair Elixir, or this one from Rin Organics. This is their Monoi hair oil. Both of these are my absolute favorite. I switch in between these two depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll use silicone, sometimes I won't. So again, do only use silicones if you clarify and know how to use them so you don't experience any buildup. But basically that's what I would recommend for a daily routine. You start with a leave-in conditioner and end with a hair oil, like 1 or 2 drops is always enough. Optionally, if you do have a dry scalp like me, you can also add a scalp tonic to your routine, like this one from Ja and Masters Organics. It's their scalp purifying serum. They also have a scalp follicle treatment. I've tried both of them and I do like both of them. This is basically just something that you apply to your scalp without it having to be washed out or causing any oiliness to your scalp. And you can follow it up with a scalp massage. I would usually use this electronic scalp massager, which is from Rapunzel Rescue. It goes on like that and then it vibrates. It's actually quite nice and relaxing. As for a brush you could use, I personally like to use a detangling brush. This helps a lot with my fine hairs so I don't experience any breakage when I detangle. But I do also use the wooden brush from Tech. This one is amazing. I've had a lot of wooden brushes and honestly none compared to this. It's flexible, it's very gentle, and it also does brush down your natural oils. So eventually you can protect your ends a bit more and your scalp doesn't look as oily. Or you can potentially also use a boar bristle brush. It depends on your hair type. I don't recommend these very much for fine hair, but if you use them only on the scalp, you'll be fine. I do suggest keeping your hair in a protective hairstyle as much as possible. So for that you can either use scrunchies like these. These are satin. There's a small one, regular, large, and extra large. You can make braids, you can make a bun, anything really. So yeah, you can use scrunchies. Or you can also use claw clips. These are the two I would use mostly. This one's a big one. It's a 6-inch one I got on Amazon. This one is smaller, but I can still fit my hair if I do style it correctly. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of claw clips just because it does get heavy for me, so it kind of tugs on my scalp and then it's uncomfortable. But sometimes, especially with clean hair, then I would wear them. But for me, my favorite is hair sticks. As you can see, I have quite a collection of them. There's a flexi clip in there as well. I haven't really learned how to use it. I'm working on it. But I do have a lot of hair sticks. I have wooden hair forks and just wooden hair sticks. I have quite a few brands on here. These are Tidal hair sticks. And most of these are from Palos Pelos. They're my favorite so far. I feel like they keep my hair in a hairstyle for a very long time and they're the most comfortable. But yeah, that's kind of some that I have. I will make sure to leave a link to all of the products in the description. The reason I do like hair sticks so much is because I feel like they're the most comfortable. I can wear them, I can wear a bun with them, anything, and it just won't tug on my scalp at all. Like at the end of the day, if I've been wearing the hairstyle for quite a long time, I won't feel any pain on my scalp, and that's one thing that I don't experience with many other hairstyles. I can honestly only do that with hair sticks. And then as for protecting your hair when you sleep, I keep it simple. I would usually put my hair in a braid using a scrunchie, if something, maybe sometimes a loose bun. And then I always sleep with a silk cap. This is, honestly, it's optional. You don't have to. If your hair is shorter, you'll probably be fine with a silk pillowcase even, or satin. I do prefer silk. But for me, it's kind of impossible, so I use a silk one, and this one is from Lily Silk. I like it. It's one-sided though, so I have to use it inside out. So the silky part is on the inside. But it's the only one that doesn't slip off at night so far because you tie it together instead of it having an elastic. I feel like the ones with elastic are very uncomfortable on my hairline. But essentially that's all I do at night to protect them. Again, you could repeat using a leave-in conditioner and an oil, even if you've already done it in the morning, but only if you see that your hair really needs it. My wash days are a little bit more complicated and you don't have to follow every step I do, but it is good to maybe start with just some of the most important steps, for example, scalp treatments. always feel that with a healthy scalp you can actually get healthy hair. So the ones I'm using currently is this one from the Innate Life. This is their problematic scalp treatment, and I also use their rosemary scalp treatment. So this is both. This one I've been using for, I want to say, almost 2 years now. Well, since I started my healthy hair journey, and I can't have a wash day without it. It really helps with just all my itchiness, with my flakes, honestly anything. I haven't had an issue with my scalp because of this. If I use this, I won't have any itchiness or flakes throughout the week. So this is something that I think this is my, I want to say, 3rd jar probably. It's almost empty, so I'm getting the 4th soon. And it's just something that I will never remove from my routine. And then the rosemary scalp treatment is more just to stimulate hair growth, and it does have many other benefits, but that's the main reason I use it. Since the problematic one is only mainly just for issues like inflammation and itchiness, this is the one I would use for hair growth. It's basically a hair growth oil, so to say. And I do leave them on for overnight just because I wash my hair in the morning, so that way it's just easier for me. I apply these at night and then cover my hair and wash it out in the morning. Just to be specific on what I meant with covering my hair, I use a microwavable heat cap. This is the one from Keratin. So you just apply a shower cap and then put this over it. You would put this in the microwave beforehand, like a minute or so. And it just kind of helps the treatments absorb better, and overall it's very relaxing. I don't keep it on for the whole night. I do keep my hair covered with either a shower cap or just a satin cap even. It's just something so that since I am leaving my oil in overnight, that my follicles won't get clogged or anything. But essentially that would be my pre-wash routine as for scalp treatments. After applying the scalp treatments, I do also just finish with a 5 to 10 minute scalp massage using my hands and the electric scalp massager, just so that I can increase some of the circulation to my scalp. As for my length, I do also sometimes apply a few drops of oil, usually this one, the Manoy hair oil from Rain Organics, as I mentioned before, maybe 6 to 10 drops. This just kind of helps protect my ends from the shampoo. And sometimes I will also do a hair mask. This is the herbal hair mask. I do follow a capillary schedule, so this means that sometimes I will do an oil-based mask, and that one I would apply before washing my hair. This one I leave in overnight as well. It's very nice. It leaves your hair super soft and shiny. So if it is nutrition day for the capillary schedule, then I will be using this hair mask on my ends and just let that soak in overnight as a deep treatment. As for wash day, it is quite extensive, both washing my hair and the post-wash routine. But the shampoo, I have 3 shampoo sets that I would switch in between. This is my regular one. This is the Biotin Aqua Blue shampoo. It's so far my favorite from all the shampoos I've tried, and that's been a lot. I do use organic sulfate-free shampoos since my scalp is sensitive and it can't really handle sulfates. The conditioner is also silicone-free, and yeah, I absolutely love these. I use these on a regular wash day. They're very nice, but I do have different shampoos for clarifying. This is a shampoo I use to clarify my scalp. I would use it maybe once a month, sometimes twice, depending on how I'm feeling. This is the one from Love Hair. The shampoo is super clarifying, and the conditioner is very moisturizing, so I like to use it as a set. It's very nice. It's also sulfate free, but it's still enough to clarify my scalp once in a while. And then I do have a purple shampoo and conditioner as well. So if you're not blonde, you probably won't be needing this, but I do use it sometimes just to kind of highlight the blondes I have. As you can see more to the top, my scalp is more, the hair is kind of darker, I guess, but then if you go to the ends, they get quite blonde, so I like to just highlight the blonde as much as possible. I use it once or twice a month again. I like this shampoo because it's different from most other purple shampoo formulas. It uses mica powder to add the purple instead of other ingredients. So it's completely organic and I love that as well. I do also use a scalp massager or shampoo brush when I'm shampooing, and I do shampoo it twice. But this just, I feel it helps me keep my scalp even cleaner. This one is pretty amazing. I've had other silicone scalp massagers. This one is not electric, and I feel like this one is better quality just because the bristles lasted a lot longer. They didn't go soft like on my others, so I really like it. And I do also use a scalp scrub every once in a while. This is my favorite so far, the rosemary scalp scrub from Aromatica. I got it on Amazon. I can't really compare it to anything else because I've only done DIY scalp scrubs, like mixing sugar or salt with my shampoo. But this one is really nice. It leaves a tingly, very relaxing feeling on your scalp, and I do feel it removes most of the buildup I would have. If I still feel I do need a little bit more clarifying, I would use an apple cider vinegar rinse. I do also use a hair mask in the shower. This would be after the shampoo and before the conditioner. And like I mentioned, I follow a capillary schedule. You don't necessarily have to, but I do feel like that's what really helped me keep my hair length very healthy. Especially since once it gets longer, it's so much more prone to breakage and split ends and just overall looking frizzy. So I started following a capillary schedule about a year ago. I just create my own. So far that has been best for me. But yeah, depending on that, if I've done the nutrition hair mask, which was the herbal hair mask from the Innate Life, and applied it the night before, then I won't be using a hair mask in the shower. But if it's hydration or reconstruction day, reconstruction is basically the same as protein, I will use one of these two. So this is a hydration hair mask. This is the nourishing hair mask from John Masters Organics with rose and apricot. I do really love this. It's amazing, it smells amazing, and it's just very hydrating as well. I've only used it for a month now, but I already love it. It's my favorite from all hydrating hair masks I've tried. And this is the protein mask. This is from Keratin, and I've only used it again maybe 3 to 4 times. Since I do use a protein mask only every 3 weeks, it's not that often, but I do really like this one. It gives really nice results, and since it does have protein, it gives a lot of volume to my hair and just overall makes it very shiny. Just as an extra, I do reuse the microwavable heat cap again for the hair mask, just to kind of get a deep conditioning treatment out of it, and then I would just apply the hair mask as usual, put this over, and leave the hair mask on for the recommended time. As for the post-wash routine, I would dry my hair using a microfiber towel, and then once it's about 50% dry, I apply the rest of the products. So again, I start with the leave-in conditioner just to help detangle, and also this one also adds as a heat protectant for when I blow dry my hair. So overall, that's just what I start with. I do follow the liquid, cream, oil method, so this would be the first one. This is liquid. And then I follow up with cream, which is this one. This is the hair milk from John Masters Organics. Love this. Again, I do have a lot from their brand and I love every single product. So you need very, very little of this, but this would be the cream part. Basically, you apply that after applying the leave-in conditioner, and you end with a hair oil on your ends. Again, you can use either a silicone serum or an organic hair oil, whichever suits you best. I usually do the silicone serum just to add some extra heat protection for when I do blow dry my hair. But either way, both of these is nice. And then that's the simplest hair care routine you can do after washing your hair. And this is just optional, but you can use a scalp tonic after washing your hair, especially since your scalp is clean, it will absorb it much better. So if you do have a dry scalp, go ahead, try it out. If you do have an oily scalp, maybe don't, just because it can cause more oiliness on your scalp since it's already naturally oily. So after washing your hair, you can either air dry or blow dry your hair. I have been air drying mine for, 2 years now, but I was having a very difficult time last winter because it takes ages to dry my hair, mainly just this part. The Irons dry quite fast since they are already high porosity. It just kind of, yeah, they dry fast. But it was impossible to dry my hair here, so I recently started blow drying my hair once it's about 60-70% dry. And this is the one I use. This is the Leaf & Swift hair dryer. It has magnetic attachments and the filter is here, so you can easily clean it. I really like it. It's amazing. I feel it, since it uses a lot of power, like just a lot of air, it doesn't really cause any heat damage. And I would usually blow dry on cold or warm, which is still pretty cold for this hair dryer. I can't really compare it to anything else because it's the first hair dryer I've owned, but I can compare it to hotel hair dryers and this really old one my parents had when I was growing up, so I know those were terrible. And this one's pretty amazing. I know it's more on the expensive side, but it's worth looking at. So they are calling it the Dyson dupe. I wouldn't really know about that. I can't, like I said, I can't compare it, but all I know is I do love this. Again, I will only blow dry from about maybe here up, just because by the time I've applied all my products, this bottom part is basically dry. So when I blow dry, it's just from here up, so I go like that, and I do keep it a good distance from my hair and scalp, just so I don't get any damage from it. Then that's it. Optionally, I do have a dry shampoo, which I would use on day 4 to day 7 hair if I need to go out and my hair is just not looking too good. So I do have this. This is organic. It's powder form, but it comes kind of as a spray, so like it pumps out like that. But yeah, I don't use it very often. If I do use it, then the next day I will be washing my hair for sure. And that's about it. I wash my hair 1 to 2 times a week. And I will be doing a more in-depth video about it as well. Someone suggested I do a video of what I do daily and what I do on wash days, showing every step of it. So I will be trying to do that within the next few weeks. And yeah, if you have any questions, do leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions or any topics you would like me to talk about, again, just leave them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a great week.